You could be losing thousands of dollars a year by paying too high of an APR. And the place to call is LendingTree to find out how low you can go. We can match you with lenders offering some of the lowest rates APRs available. Some APRs are lower than 3%. Imagine how much money you can save every month if your current mortgage is at 6% or higher. And all it takes is one free call to LendingTree to match you with a lender who may be able to lower your current home mortgage rate. Learn how to potentially save thousands by refinancing your current mortgage. Call LendingTree right now. NMLS 1136.
800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. That's 800-628-5067.
Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. It's Wines du Jour on CRN with our very own Les Kincaid from Las Vegas. What's the show about, Les?
Well, every week we do something very unique. We bring in 3 wines from a particular winery, and we have a group of local people come to an upscale restaurant. We taste the food from the restaurant to pair with each one of those wines, and we have a great time doing it. We talk about the wines, we talk about the food, talk about the restaurant, and of course that's about it.
All on CRN. Don't miss it. Welcome to the lounge. It's the Sports Lounge on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. The star of our show is the oldies fanatic, the guy who loves oldies, Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Like oldies,
and thank
don't you?
Michael Horn.
That's all you listen to is oldies, right?
Let me clean my earwaves out just a second.
I can't look at this.
Man.
You're on camera.
I know. Well, wait,
hold on. Stop everything. Wait a minute. Explain to the people on radio what you just did.
I plugged my nose up and then tried to blow air out of my nose, which relieved the pressure in my ear.
So my question to you is...
So there it is.
Sports guys, especially football players, are sometimes, what can I tell you? They just do things to get things ready and primed and going. Did you do that during the games to get your ears cleared out?
I do it when I swim.
Okay.
I do it when I feel like doing it. I
I'm
do it when
curious.
I'm so amazed that you have. Have you ever done that?
No, I might be afraid that I'd blow my eardrums out. You don't blow air up into your ears.
Well, of course you do.
No, mucus will go up in there and stuff.
Oh, is that what'll happen?
Yeah, and see, you can't hear me right now. Look at. I'm speaking louder for you.
Hey, all I know is
I've
got a couple of things here that folks would like to know. And of course, last week we had the list of why some men have dogs and a wife, and it was a nicely received bit of fun we had. Well, today I've got some stuff here that we'll get into a little bit later on when we have a lull in the show.
Let's do it right now.
You didn't know. That's what this is.
Okay, that's what you'll do on the show today. And last week was why men prefer their dog instead of their wife.
No. Why some men have a dog and no wife.
Oh, I see. That's what it was. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so here's my next question for you, because I know you're a big music guy, but you're kind of, just as you like to blow air out your ears, you also are a guy that is you're stuck in the era of the 50s. You like doo-wop music. You like doo-wop music. That's what you listen to.
I like rhythm and blues. I like the original black inner city South rhythm and blues. That's what I like.
That's kind of what you listen to all the time, right?
No, not all the time. I don't.
What else do you listen to?
I don't have
classical.
Alexi. I don't have that thing you have at your house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be playing the damn thing all the time.
I have an Amazon Echo, and Fred gets into arguments with it,
shouting
obscure artists that even I would not know, and I bet you the guy that does
Well, here's the deal. You tell this thing, this piece of machinery,
Alexa,
what you want to.
Alexi,
I want you to play Heartbreaker by Grand Funk Railroad. Heartbreaker by Grand Funk
And then
Railroad.
she plays it.
And then she plays it, and then
But you have some
and then you
obscure
realize that the song hasn't been played through, and they won't play the whole thing.
Wait, well, that's because they maybe just have that's all that's on the list. But let me tell you this: maybe if you were nice enough, you could get.
No, that's not
you try
the
to
situation.
challenge Alexa with songs that no one could know.
Oh, somebody told me,
Jamie
Fred, you got
Foxx
to
has
get
got
one
that
of
new
these.
show
You've
on-
got to get one of these machines because they've got 2 million
Yeah.
songs. You mean to tell me I've come up with a couple of songs that they
Exactly.
don't have?
because of your your weird taste in music.
I'm not
You
weird.
should go on
They're
that Jamie
excellent.
Foxx's Beat Shazam and see if you can name that tune. That's what he's doing. Is like beating Shazam, that app.
But I can't do a rap. I don't.
well, you could
That
do
stuff's
50.
anathema to music.
It could
you
be
know.
like the old Name That Tune where they used to run and grab the big rope and pull it when they would figure out.
The Gong Show. The
No,
music
that was-
Gong Show.
No, it was George DeWitt was the host of Name That Tune, and the guys when they heard the song, as soon as they figured it was, they run up and they grab the gong and they just pull down on this rope, and this is what happened.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the Certified Pre-Owned Sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Welcome back here to the Sports Lounge. I am Michael Horn, along with the star of our show, the Sultan of Safeties. Well, there's an article about you recently. It was 2 safeties in one game in the same quarter, and it wasn't the last quarter. It was the first quarter, wasn't it, of the game? Don't get disgusted with me. Did you repeat it for us?
I don't know how many times I've gone.
Was it
over
the last
this.
quarter?
No,
What? Third quarter?
it was in the first.
That's what I said.
Yes.
And so the article said the fourth quarter,
Did
and
you
it was
ever
the
mention
first.
to who it was? What team it was?
It was the Minnesota Vikings.
All right. You're in the sports
No,
business, aren't
yeah,
you?
who was it? It was Green Bay. It was Green Bay.
Yeah,
And it was Bart Starr. I can't remember the quarterbacks. I can't.
of course. I've only told
Who were
you
they again?
38 times.
Ernie Zambezi and
Yeah, Balf Baganadu.
wait. Who was it?
Balf Baganadu. He was a great
Balf Baganadu.
Polish. You should know this. You're Polish.
I'm Czech, not Polish.
Well, same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's different.
Absolutely the
It
same
is
thing.
different. It's just different.
Same thing, eh?
That's Canadian, eh? No, who were the quarterbacks that you nailed?
Oh, you kidding?
Yeah, give them to me again.
Scott Hunter. You want to write this down? Write
Yeah,
it down.
Scott Hunter.
And put it in your wallet. Carry it
Scott
in your
Hunter,
wallet.
and later you played that role, but changed the name to
We-
Rick.
well, the show is named after Scott Hunter. So it's Scott Hunter
And
and Jim, J-I-M. It's not G-I-M. It's J-I-M. Delgazo.
Del Gazo. That was it. Was Del Gazo.
He was a lefty.
Yeah.
Southpaw.
In the same quarters. I mean, come on. The crowd must have gone nuts. Was this on the road or at home?
Go home.
Yeah, they had to go crazy. Did you get
It was
interviewed
in-
like
it was-
all
it
over
was
for a
in
week?
the west end zone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was in the east end zone.
See, even you're forgetting now.
Well, east and west.
And it was the Vikings, right?
What's the difference? East and
I mean,
west?
Green Bay. I'm saying, I keep saying
It's Green Bay.
Green Bay. The Vikings is where you broke your thumb or your finger on that helmet in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, I actually broke my left middle finger in a preseason game against Tampa Bay when Steve Spurrier was the quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that when it was? Was
I
it?
don't know what it was.
But you broke it when it was real cold or something. You
Yeah, I did that. I broken like 6 of my fingers, so
You didn't even know you
6
broke
of
it,
my
right?
10.
Until after the game, or
until I looked down and it turned into a circus finger. You know how when
What's a
the
circus
cartoon
finger?
character gets hit with a mallet,
Yeah.
and he holds his hand up and he goes, "Whoa." That's what happened.
That's what it was doing.
The people in the stands saw it.
They saw it. They actually was that. The people in the stand. Look at Fred's.
People on the
Hey,
30-yard line.
Look at Fred's finger. It
Holy smoke! Look at that finger.
looks like the Roadrunner hit him with something. Something else. That had to be pretty painful.
I went through one game where I did not make a tackle. Nobody ran toward me, and I was all alone, and I could have gone home without taking a shower.
It was an easy day at the office for you. What game was that, and why?
Really amazing.
Did you guys like bowl over somebody and just it was an incredible game?
I don't know who was it. Was it Cleveland or somebody?
Cleveland is the way we like to say it. Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Cleveland is the way they say it there.
Yeah, but anyway,
So you had no action in that game at all?
nothing, absolutely nothing.
Just
and
the
I
way
thought that at the end of the game, I asked somebody. I said, "Did we play this game?"
It's not a Twilight
I think
Zone.
we won too. I think.
Fred Dreyer. All-pro defensive end is lining up. Only this game will be played in the Twilight Zone.
This is
like
this
to
was
be
a
an all-
strange afternoon, pal.
All-pro defensive end. You're not involved in one play.
Not
What
one
did you
play.
do? Just kind of start doing your nails?
No, I started taking it personally.
You did?
Yes, about the
that's
third
you.
quarter, I started yelling at everybody.
That would be you. I could see you getting very upset about it.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, but the finger was that you when you said you broke about 4 of them. The one I'm talking about was in Minnesota, and it was so cold you didn't even know you broke it at first, right? You got between the helmets. Is that what happened or something?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know something's wrong, but you don't. But
Why did you know?
But the delay in the consequence
The pain.
is what you're bracing for.
Did you hear a sound?
Well, it's like realizing that I just got my hand pushed between 2 helmets, and I know that in about maybe a minute and a half, a couple of minutes anyway, I'm not going to like what I'm
I
going
know what
to
you're saying.
experience.
Yeah, and then it happened, right?
And it happened.
Did they tape it for you at least? Did you go in the locker room?
Well, I had to. You have to, as far as I'm concerned, you have to put your hand or your extremity, whatever it is, with your finger, have to stick it in a bucket of ice water, so the shock of it being put in ice water helps get rid of the inflammation,
Right.
and then you tape it to your other finger as a brace.
So you did that on the sideline.
Yeah,
So you actually put your hand in the ice water.
yeah,
And then you did it yourself. You did
Yeah.
the taping yourself.
yeah.
Didn't they have medical personnel on the team to kind of look that?
Well,
over?
you can't ask these people to. You can't ask.
Don't tell me you refuse to go to the doctor so much. You refuse the team physician.
No, but you can't say, "Hey, I hurt my finger."
Yeah.
you know, it's just like I know what happened, and I stick it in there, and I said, "I'll have to put some DMSO on this next week."
What's the
but
DMSO?
here's the problem.
What is DMSO?
Yeah, dimethyl
Montosodium glutamate.
something oxide.
yeah.
Anyway, you put this stuff on there, and it takes away all the inflammation. But the one thing that you have to make sure is when you hurt an extremity like that, your knuckle, usually the first knuckle, you have to make sure you don't lose range of motion.
Right, because if you got to keep moving it, then, right?
Because if this thing freezes up, you'll never be able to make a complete fist.
So you were constantly moving it during the game, right?
So I know this middle finger was broken. You can see it,
Yeah.
like so. But I had to constantly
Move it.
exercise it.
Did it need to be reset, or was it just fractured?
It was just fractured.
So you kept moving it.
Yeah. So what you do is you just I carried around. You know what Nutty Putty is?
No.
Nutty Putty is a plastic, very moldable plastic that it looks like clay, but it's artificial. It's a man-made plastic
Right.
that you now squeeze, and you exercise your hands with that stuff.
kinda like silly
so
putties.
I'm
You
always
squeeze it.
constantly
Squeeze.
squeezing this stuff, and it has tremendous effect. It's painful at first, but once you force the range of motion back into the joint, you're okay.
So you got to just keep doing it. You got to work through that's what they call working through the pain. So if you put your finger between two helmets and it got broken there at the knuckle, would that mean that you got a couple of knuckleheads?
Yes, that's exactly what it meant.
Is that what it meant?
Yeah, and I had the official stop the game to make that point.
Hey, my knuckle is between these two heads.
Yeah, that's what you do.
The original knuckleheads.
That's what you do. Now look, I think we'll
ready for the list.
No, we're not going to. There's a lull.
I'd say go for the list.
I sense a lull. But we'll fight the lull, and we'll push it into the second half of the show.
Okay, that's good. It is the Sports Lounge. Don't forget you can follow Fred on Twitter, Fred _Dryer, DRYER. Facebook, he's big there, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. And you can email him, Fred Dryer, FREDDRYER, at CRNtalk.com. That's Fred Dryer at CRNtalk.com. We continue in the Sports Lounge.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal, marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
How old are you? 25, 35, 50, or older? If you have pain, we can help. Do your knees hurt?
Ow!
Let me ask you again. Are your knees killing you?
Oh, yeah. Are they ever?
What about your back? When you bend over, does it feel like this? How about when you get out of bed in the morning? If you're like me, your knees and back feel like this.
Oh, that hurts.
I found a company called the Pain Relief Hotline. They specialize in ways to treat your knee, back, and neck pain without surgery or taking medications. The good news is if you have insurance, you may have little or no cost or out-of-pocket expense. I've used them. It works. Call the Pain Relief Hotline now for free information. 800-309-2677. 800-309-2677. Call now. 800-309-2677. That's 800-309-2677.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Welcome back to the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn with Fred Dryer. He's the bass man. Is this kind of like this R&B kind of music here for you? It's kind of your kind of sound.
It really sends me.
It sends you? Let me play the guitar here. right, welcome back. You got a lot of stuff to talk about in the world of sports. How's baseball treating you these days? You liking the season so far? In about a month or so into the season?
Well, let's see. When you look at the newspapers, like I do, ladies and gentlemen,
You do all the time.
I drive around reading the newspapers all the time. Trunk is full of newspapers. I just drive around reading it, getting all this information. So I look and see that most leagues, the American League and the National League, are just loaded with mediocre teams, 500 teams.
Well, that kind of gives you parity in the game, doesn't it?
Parity.
That's what it tells me. I
Aren't
mean,
we
that's a
happy?
positive way of looking at it.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. I'm worried Mike Trout was on a roll, and he's got this troublesome hamstring that's been keeping him out of the lineup.
Not the ham.
Yeah.
Well, that means he's lined up for that buffet.
Yeah, he'll be away at the buffet. And and Andrew Tolles on the Dodgers, he's going to undergo surgery. He's got a torn.
Seriously?
He's got a torn ACL. That's that bad news. That
Well,
guy's
he's
been
done.
good.
He's done.
Yeah, he suffered a right torn ACL during a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's going to go surgery. So what? He's going to be out. Is that that's the end of his season? Then isn't it?
He's done.
Wow, and he was doing great too.
It's a big loss.
That is a huge loss. Now, who's the other guy that's played on the team for many years? Andre Ethier. Is he ever going to come back?
He's done.
He's done?
He's got a bad back.
Is that what it is? So
herniated disc.
So he's not playing this year either.
If he were to try and come back, it would be after the All-Star game probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Okay.
All these guys. It's just difficult. You know what's interesting about the football, the sport of football.
Yes.
That I've noticed in that is not in baseball. It's the ability to control yourself when you're knocked off your feet. Football gives you a tremendous sense of that balance.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, because you're airborne. You have to learn literally how to land. You can't be afraid to leave your feet, and you have to constantly be on the lookout. When you're playing, to make sure that you're not curbing your enthusiasm, as it were, and because you're afraid to lose your balance or you get knocked off your feet. I watch baseball players. I watched this thing here the other night with Tolles when he ran into the left field corner.
Andrew Tolles, who's out for the season.
Yeah, and he just missed it by about a foot, catching the ball. But he was running into the corner where the left field foul line met the left field wall.
Right.
So it was a very low wall there. You can jump over it into the stands. But he was running at pretty good speed to get over there, and he didn't make the decision early enough to say, I'm going to let it fall and play it off the carom. He ran as if he was going to
catch it.
Make the catch
right.
at any cost. And so,
that's where he tore the ACL.
And so what he did was he realized as he reached out for it that he didn't get it. He was about a foot away from getting it with his glove. Now everything transferred, the weight and everything translated to his legs.
Uh-oh.
And he didn't have enough time to actually gather himself before he hit the corner of the wall there. So I'm thinking, there's something about football that gives you a sense of, yeah, I have time. I can make the play. If I leave my feet, if I dive, if I commit myself into a pile of humanity, am I bracing myself for it to be successful?
So that gives you that time. You're right, because it's I don't know. It seems like football is the faster game, but yet you do have time to think about that because of the nature of the game. You're facing those situations constantly, so you have to have your mindset to say, am I going to commit or not commit or whatever I have to do?
Yeah, if the play is away from you or if it's at you or you can tell right away at the snap of the ball if you're probably going to be involved in the play.
Right.
And so that gears you up to prepare yourself to either say, I'm going to commit myself to the play or I'm not.
It's the Sports Lounge here from CRN Digital Talk Radio, coming to you every week at this time. Take care, Fred Dryer. Please follow him on Twitter. His handle is Fred_Dryer. Fred_Dryer. Send him a tweet right now. He needs one.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit card management services Inc. DBA DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Congress Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
We are back in the Sports Lounge. We being yours truly, Michael Horn, the star of our show, though. The Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game in the same quarter, the acting legend, the all-pro defensive end football legend. I'm talking about Mr. Fred Dryer.
You know, my list of stuff I'm going to read to you folks is stuff you didn't know you didn't know. I'll give you a teaser. Here's the flavor and the sentiment of
kind of the feature we're looking forward to
this list, and that is here it is. Question: what is the only food that doesn't spoil?
Honey. Is that the right
That's
answer?
correct.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for reading my notes.
No, I didn't read it. I've always known that. Honey.
You've always known that.
The only food that does not spoil. Do not throw away honey. It gets crystallized and everything, but you can heat it up, and honey will never spoil. You can leave it out. It's the only food that will not spoil.
All right. Well,
Sweetie pie.
here's one that you won't get.
Honey.
Here's one you won't get.
Okay, give me one I won't get. Go ahead, challenge me, because I might stop here, or I might go to the next level. What do I think I should do? Next level.
Go all in. Go all in.
I'm going to go to the next level.
Just go all in.
Crowd going crazy. Go ahead.
All right. Here's a question. Yeah. Most boat owners name their boats. What is the most popular boat name requested?
Crystal.
Is that your?
No, it's not my final answer.
I want you to think about it.
Can I phone a bro or phone a friend? What is the dinghy? The dinghy. The Caroline. It's probably the Caroline. The Caroline, yeah.
That's close.
What is it?
Obsession.
Obsession.
That's right. Most boat owners request the name of Obsession.
This is a great feature. I have more to talk about, but I'm going to put myself on hold. Give us another. Go ahead.
You don't want to. You don't want to talk about this lame sports stuff. They should have me. Listen, let me just say something to you. I go to these Dodger games. I go to these sporting events, and I'm always disappointed because I always feel as though that the presentation of the sport is overshadowed by the gamesmanship and the festive circus-like game show stuff that they put on. It's like going to
talking about this big screen.
It's like going, it's like
Kiss Cam.
The Kiss Cam, all this other crap. Guess where the ball is? What helmet is the ball?
I like the candy races where they race around the park and you try.
Yeah, but they don't do that. We're over here.
Blue, yellow.
Yeah, but they have these stupid inane games, and it just won't leave you alone.
You hate that, don't you?
Yes, I do. With your own thoughts, but I go because the game means a little bit more to me than this crap. So,
you all right?
So they should have me. Here's what they should have me doing.
What should they have you
They
do?
should have me on the big screen
with the microphone,
filming, asking these questions.
Fred Dreyer in the stands. This is good.
No, not in the stands, but on the board. Film me in a studio. Run it.
Give us another example. Give us another question.
Here's another
Give
sample.
another example. Go ahead.
Here's another sample.
Give us another one. Now, you folks there can play at home with us. Go ahead.
These again. The subject is stuff you didn't know. You didn't know.
Okay, so here's something I didn't know.
The cost of raising a medium-sized dog to the age of 11.
Boy, that's too bad. My dog only lasted 4 years.
That's why I'm bringing this up.
You're hitting me in the heart here. Go ahead.
Well, you might know this then.
Okay, go ahead.
The question again is the cost of raising a medium-sized dog to the age of 11. That's old for a dog. Depends on what the dog is. Yeah. Is $16,400.
16,000. That's for 11 years. That's amortize that over the years. That's that's about $1,000 a year. Come on.
So as soon as you bring the little puppy home,
it's less than $1,000 a year for gosh sakes.
Then you're going to have to shell out $16,000.
Around $700 a year, something like that. All right, give us another. Give me
another.
The
average number of people airborne over the United States in any given hour.
So anybody flying right now over the United States right now.
The average number of people.
Oh, average. Any given hour, the average number of people, let's say 500,000.
No.
What is it?
You're close.
What is it?
61,000.
61,000. I overshot
You're only
it.
440,000
there's a lot of
shots.
private planes that they're not counting that I could.
But these are just some of the little things.
Give us another. Come on. These are good. Come on.
One?
One more. Yeah, give me another.
Which day are there more collect
so
calls than any other day of the year?
More collect calls than any day of the year on Saturday night.
No, you're not listening.
I'm not feeling good. Can you pick me up?
Have you been drinking?
Yeah. What?
Which day are there more collect calls than any other day of the year?
I said Saturday.
No.
Friday.
Well, this is written like you could interpret it.
Friday.
No. It's Father's Day.
Oh, a day. I thought you thought a day of the week. You should say
well,
which
you could
holiday.
reach it. You could reach it. You could,
Father's
you could
Day, yeah,
actually say
collect
it that
calls.
way.
You're not going to do a collect call to your mother, but the old man, he takes it in the shorts, and then you're going to give him some kind of a crummy
All right,
pie.
one more, and then I'm throwing
Do
this thing
something
away.
nice to you. This is really good. I'm glad you brought this in.
Yeah.
This is really.
I'm sure if I went in, and if I
highlight
took a
this.
meeting,
Highlight this on the show prep. Go
if
ahead.
I took a meeting with Lon Rosen over the Dodgers, he's the guy that comes up with all this stuff.
You could go in the stands. You could be out there.
I could actually,
Instead of Kelly Tennant, let's go to Fred Dreyer for a great fact.
Fred, what do you got down there?
What do you got, Fred?
Hey, if you were to spell out a number, how far would you have to go until you found the letter A?
Spell a number?
If you were to spell out numbers,
Okay.
like one,
One,
and
two.
O-N-E, T-W-O-T-H-R-E-E,
Yeah.
how far would you have to go until you would find the letter A?
Wow. Probably 100.
1,000.
1,000.
There's no A in 100.
See, I missed that one always in the spelling bees. It was always my nemesis.
We'll come back to
It really was. Those are really good, let me tell you.
These are brain teasers.
We'd like your thoughts on these. If you'd like to go ahead and contact Fred, follow him on Twitter. Send him a tweet if you can, Fred_Dreyer, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. And if you could, please comment and send him an email on what you thought about this segment. What is it called again? There's things you know that you don't know.
Things you didn't know you didn't know.
On CRN. Okay, now let's get ready here for my hard-hitting news here, if I can do that for you. We've got some stories to go. When we come back, I do want to tell you a little bit about the Dodgers. Apparently there's a lawsuit that here's the thing. I think you talk about the politics of sports, and politics is rearing its ugly head, getting into Major League Baseball, investigating the Dodgers over something that happened, I guess, is it last season or earlier this year? We'll have the whole story for you. But once again, this is interesting. James Comey, I think, has been hired by Major League Baseball since he's out of work to go ahead and investigate this. I maybe just made that up. Could be. I don't know.
Are we on the air?
Yeah, we're still on the air. That's right. Don't take your headphones off until we go to the break.
I thought we were on the break.
If you kept your headphones on, you'd be able to hear that we're still
No,
on
I
the
can
air.
hear you. I don't hear anything. Let me clear my ears.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please. Oh.
Did
I
you
just
see?
heard it.
Did you see my eyes bug out?
Listen, this whole do-it-yourself thing is fine for some projects, but when it comes to window coverings, not so much.
Tell me about it. I did some do-it-yourself shades that are best described as uneven and twisted.
Yeah, I've seen them. That's why I'm going with Budget Blinds.
That's a style and service for every budget, people, right?
Yeah, and that is for real. Budget Blinds has no surprises pricing and a no questions asked warranty. The best in the business.
No surprises pricing and a no questions asked warranty.
No brainer, right?
So Budget Blinds comes in, measures everything, orders for you, then they install it all?
It's a beautiful thing. And now you can get up to $500 off on Signature Series window coverings.
Another no-brainer. Number, please.
855-BUDGET-BLINDS. Or go online to budgetblinds.com.
Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS and get the experts to do it for you at a price that fits your budget.
Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now.
Offer good on selected products at participating independently owned and operated franchises only. Some restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
There are two things every parent wants when their child goes to college: for their child to do well and a way to afford it. Now, with Discover Student Loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school-certified costs with zero fees, but we'll give them a cash reward for each new student loan if they earn at least a 3.0 GPA or equivalent. That means every A in history or B in math could help them earn a cash reward for good grades. Just one of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Apply now in 15 minutes or less at discoverstudentloans.com. Limitations apply.
Staples knows that when your spreadsheets no longer spread, it's time. When your presentations are not presentable, it's time. And when tensions in the office are high,
No, tensions are very, very high.
it's definitely time. And it's times like these when pros turn to Staples. Staples has the latest HP and Dell PCs at great prices every day. And when you buy a new printer or PC at Staples, you get 30 days free tech support. So with Staples' help, your business won't miss a beat. Staples, it's pro time.
Welcome back back here to the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn with the one and only Fred Dreyer. So, Fred, here's the story. Major League Baseball investigating the Dodgers over the firing of a war vet. Apparently, Major League Baseball, they're investigating whether the Los Angeles Dodgers discriminated against an Afghanistan war veteran, Nick Francona. His dad is Terry Francona, who manages the Cleveland Indians. And apparently, Nick Francona, they say, terminated his contract last year after he went for a mental health assessment. This came to us from Jeff Passan of Yahoo Sports reported this. Apparently, in a letter to the league and to the office of the league, Major League Baseball, this guy, Nick Francona, alleged that the Dodgers, and specifically his immediate superior, Gabe Kapler, pushed him out of his job as assistant director of player development after he went for an assessment at Home Base, which is an organization dedicated to healing veterans' invisible wounds. So quoting Nick Francona, he says, as a highly visible institution, I think it is important for Major League Baseball to set a responsible example by making it known that there is no place for this type of behavior in baseball. And he also said a failure to do so would only confirm the reason so many people are hesitant to acknowledge they might have an issue in the first place. Now, the Dodgers, they've denied that Nick Francona's service was the impetus to terminate his employment last March, and the league is now determining whether the club discriminated against this guy by removing Francona from his position. And the Dodgers offered him a different job at the same salary in research and development department. Francona rejected that offer, as well as 2 settlement offers the Dodgers provided before he heard his grievance to the league office. What does this guy want?
Well, is this Gabe, the comedian Gabe Kapler?
No, this is Gabe Kapler in charge of the minor leagues now for the Dodgers.
Isn't this Welcome Home Carter?
No, this is not it.
It's a different guy?
So apparently the club said the Dodgers cannot comment on specific facts or reasons leading to a former employee's departure from the organization. However, we can categorically state that Nick Francona's departure was not the result of any type of discrimination, and it certainly was not the result of his being a veteran. This was confirmed by an investigation conducted by independent outside counsel. The Dodgers have the utmost admiration and respect for all of the men and women who serve or have served in the armed forces, and we are very proud of the veterans whom we employ. I don't know. I'm not taking sides here, but I'm kind of going with the Dodgers on this. If they offer the guy the job, another job,
what would they fire him for?
I don't know. Nick Francona says, well, they wanted to make a change. Here's what the deal. When can you make a change without getting sued over something because someone doesn't want to move their job? If you can't do the job and you have a problem, you can't do the job, and they offer you another job at your same pay, what are you complaining about? You still got your job. You still got the same pay. Well,
there's no way to know anything about this story the way they reported.
It's like saying that your guy is a pinch hitter and he doesn't produce, and then he says, "Well, I went
he's not a player.
A mental health thing,
and
they fired me because they don't think I'm capable of hitting a pinch hitter." No, you just weren't doing the job, so they trade you.
Well, but what job did he have?
He had this job of assistant. What would I tell you it was? He was.
I don't know.
Well, I wish you'd listen.
I
to
listened.
My stories.
So you just went on and on. There's so much information.
Well, you have to get it. He was assistant director of player development
for the minor league.
Yes,
and
I guess.
So they wanted to make a change.
Yeah, well, Gabe Kapler, who was his immediate supervisor, removed him from the job, and they were going to put him into research and development.
So they went to him and said, "We want to transfer you into a different area."
Yeah, and obviously he did not like that.
Let me just ask a question.
Yeah, let's see if you got it or not.
Well, I think I do.
Okay, good.
There's a big difference here. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. That's why people listen to the show. That's why people listen to the show.
No, it's a list. Go on.
Did you know that men can read smaller print than women?
Did not know that.
Women can hear better.
What?
You heard me. So here's the deal. Can I assume that Gabe
Kapler.
Oh yeah, that he went to Francona and said, "Hey, we want to move you to a different area."
Yeah. They say that Gabe Kapler pushed him out of his job as assistant director of player development after he went for an assessment at Home Base. That's what Francona said.
So Francona saw that Francona went to see the head doctor.
Yeah.
Because of PTSD.
Right. Or something similar.
Well, that's what you go for. And then when he came back, he said, "We're going to move you to a different area."
Yeah.
Okay. And he says you're doing it because of I have to go to see a doctor.
Yeah. And if they did that, why would they give him a job and keep him in the same organization? And they offered
maybe
settlement offers too.
What job did they move him to?
Research and development.
Well, that's probably less hands-on and direct with players.
How do you know?
I don't know. But then it is the head of direct player development. They probably said that, maybe we want to put someone else in there.
They want a different job, same salary, in research and development is where they were going to put them. So, I mean, if they're paying you the same amount of money, unless they're asking you to do something absolutely that you don't think you can handle. I mean, come on. Then they offered him some settlement offers, and he's still suing. I think sometimes we get a little sue crazy in this country.
Well, here's my question, and I don't know enough about this thing as it is. Shouldn't you be accountable if someone in your job, that when a guy comes up to you, the boss, and says, we realize that, you had to go see a shrink or a doctor, for your situation, so we're going to move you into a different area. That's a big assumption.
But they didn't say that. He's saying
I know, but I mean, there's something going on at that juncture.
What if he was just bad at his job and they wanted to move him into something else and put somebody else in there?
Then why didn't they say he wasn't doing the job? I don't care what. Why didn't they release that?
Because they can't comment on it now. They said there in that story they can't comment.
I'm saying this. Regardless, it's bad publicity. The Dodgers
it might be, but when this
should release better information.
The Dodgers cannot comment on the specific facts or reasons leading to the former employee's departure from the organization, but they can categorically state that Francona's departure was not a result of any discrimination.
They need Magic Johnson.
Michael Horn and Fred Dreyer for you for Solar Optimum. We come and broadcast from the Solar Optimum studios, 818-745-1489. This is a big deal. You can save energy if you put solar power on your house. Am I right, Fred Dreyer?
Well, listen, if you're tired of those offensive power bills, which I know I am, I had a bill the other day for $683. That's just completely outrageous. Anything over $150, you got to get Solar Optimum.
And they now have this Tesla battery that not only is there for you in a power outage, like an earthquake or the wind blows out the power or something hits and the power line goes out or whatever, but it's there for you in the evening to trickle in more power into your house so you can save even more money. You can go and find out more information and get that Tesla battery in your home. Am I right?
Yes, you can. And all you got to do is call 818-745-1489.
Don't be left out in the cold and the dark. Save your family. Get light in there. 818-745-1489. Solar power and the Tesla backup battery. 818-745-1489.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
3 friends, 3 unique perspectives. You're listening to On Air with Doug, Jen, and Victoria.
Sean Connery.
He could be 109. I'd still go out with him.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Where's Lewis?
He knows. That might be a free pass. Yeah, it might be a hall pass.
There's a hall pass? No hall passes in my life.
Maybe you need to renegotiate that agreement.
Doug, Jen, and Victoria weekdays at 3 a.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Eastern on CRN.
back in the lounge. Michael Horn, Fred Dreyer. Thanks for joining us. So apparently, Fred, bees have been just continuing to love baseball. And there's more bees over the past few years in Major League Baseball stadiums. There was a game at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals and the Indians were set to close their series in Kansas City. That's where Kauffman Stadium is. And the staffers rushed to the upper deck because bees were swarming, settling in the first row to create a hive at the stadium. And lucky, a member of the Royals ground crew, a guy by the name of Jeff Diekman, he is also a professional beekeeper. So it was convenient. Diekman arrived at the upper deck, removed the bees humanely, and he didn't even need a beekeeper suit. He's that good at doing it. So it's very important.
Those were not killer bees.
It was important to be humane because there was a bee delay in 2016 in spring training. The Rockies playing a game, and they were some exterminator sprayed the bees. And the Royals manager, Ned Yost, was not happy. He says, just arbitrarily kill a bunch of bees makes zero sense to me. I'm a conservationist. I love conservation. I love the aspect of wildlife fish. I love that stuff. Get stung with a bee, see if he says the same thing. Anyway.
Well, what is this story about?
There's bees in baseball.
Well, I'm glad to see that because you do know that several years ago there was a frightening possibility that many of our fruit trees and many of our fruits and vegetables were we going to lose them because there wasn't enough bees to pollinate.
Correct.
So that apparently now, because of this latest storm that's gone on, there's just a proliferation of bloom and blossom in the high deserts.
Thank goodness.
Especially in Southern California, where they just have just blossoming like you can't believe. And it flushes and brings out all the bees. So not only the bees at the baseball game, but they're over in the high desert too.
You got a couple more facts for us there on the list of things you didn't know you didn't know. Just give us, lay another one on us.
Let's see.
Come on, give us a good one.
I'm just
lay one on us. That's what we just want to hear. Don't be picky. Just give it to us. We'll tell you whether it's good or bad.
In English pubs, ale is ordered by pints and quarts.
Yes.
So in Old England, when customers got unruly, the bartender would yell at them, "Mind your pints and quarts and settle down." It's where we get the phrase, "Mind your P's and Q's."
Whoa. See, that was a good one.
See?
I thought it was going nowhere.
No,
you brought it home.
No, listen.
You brought it home with the "Mind your P's and Q's." Give me one more.
Here's another one for it.
One for us to take with us this week.
Here's one for the road.
This is one for the road.
It was the accepted practice in Babylon 4,000 years ago that for a month after the wedding, the bride's father would supply his son-in-law with all the mead, M-E-A-D, he would drink.
The wine.
Mead is a honey beer, and because their calendar was lunar-based, this period was called the honey month, which is why we now know that time as the honeymoon.
That's really good. Wow, now you're getting into some pretty good facts.
Well,
here.
I'm getting into stuff that's heady. This is heady stuff.
This is quite amazing. Will you bring this list next week to the show and give us some
Every
more?
commercial on television has a website at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to bring the list to us. Was that another one off the list? That's good. All right, we got to get out of here.
Well, wait a minute.
Miss anything? Log on to our website at crntalk.com. Download our cell phone app, free for your smartphone. Dial pound 250 on your smartphone. Hit send. And when they ask you for the code, say CRN Talk.
What do most bulletproof vests, fire escapes, windshield wipers, and laser printers have in common? All were invented by women.
All right, follow Fred at on Facebook.com/RealFred Dreyer. And you can also check him out on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer. Email him, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. That's the email address there. It's the Sports Lounge.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics, there is something for everyone, and it's all available in CRN High Definition Sound. Log on to www.crntalk for listings and information on all your favorite shows. That's www.crntalk.com.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. It's believed that former FBI Director James Comey recently requested more resources to pursue his investigation of Russian election meddling.
U.S. officials say Comey's request to the Deputy Attorney General was made just a few days